My friend, every man believes his life is shaped by circumstances. Every man thinks destiny is a matter of fate. But I tell you, with the full authority of experience and law, your destiny is shaped by one thing only: your decisions. Not your environment, not your past, not your education, and not your talent. Your decisions. For a decision is not merely a choice, it is a command, a declaration, a spiritual decree that reshapes the invisible forces of your life. Most men never learn this. They drift from job to job, from idea to idea, from dream to dream, never deciding, never committing, never declaring. And so life decides for them, and life always assigns the undecided man the lowest seat at the table. A man who does not decide will always work for the man who did. This is not opinion, this is law. Let me reveal something hidden from most. Indecision is the breeding ground of fear. Decision destroys fear at its root. Fear thrives in uncertainty. Fear feeds on hesitation. Fear grows in the shadows of maybe. I'm thinking about it, and one day. But the moment a man decides, the very moment, fear begins to die. Decision is the knife that cuts the throat of doubt. Look at Sarah Blakely. She was driving to work in a broken-down car, selling fax machines, humiliated daily by rejection. But one day, she made a decision. I will create my own product. I will change my life. That one decision turned $5,000 into a global empire. People call it luck. People call it timing. But fortune follows decision, not hesitation. Consider Reed Hastings. A simple frustration, a late fee at a movie rental store. Could have been ignored like everyone else ignored it. But he made one firm decision. I will build a better system. I will not wait for permission. And from that decision came a company that rewrote global culture. Netflix. Not because he was the smartest man in the room, but because he was the first to decide. Or Brian Chesky Airbnb founder, rejected by over 100 investors. He could have quit. He could have said, I guess they are right. But instead, he made a decision. This idea will live. Even if no one believes in it, I will. That decision turned an air mattress in a small apartment into a company worth tens of billions. And again, not genius, not luck, decision. Decision is the seed from which empires grow. Now listen closely. A man who cannot decide cannot be trusted by his own future. He betrays himself with every hesitation. He dilutes his power with every delay. He asks life to guide him, but life does not guide indecision. It punishes it. Your subconscious mind does not act until you decide. It does not organize your ideas, your strength, your courage, or your opportunities until it receives a clear command. Decision is that command. When you decide, your subconscious begins rearranging every thought, every emotion, and every habit and to match the decision. What you call coincidence, opportunity, right place, right time. And all of it is simply the world responding to the man who has made up his mind. This is spiritual law. My friend, let me tell you what decision truly means. The word decide comes from a Latin root. That means to cut away. A decision cuts away distraction. A decision cuts away doubt. A decision cuts away the weaker version of yourself. A decision cuts away every other path until only one remains. When you decide, every force in the universe has only one instruction: make this real. But most men never give this instruction. They live in a fog of hesitation. They dip a toe into purpose, but never dive. They whisper wishes, but never declare laws. And so they live small, work small, think small, and die small. Look at Oprah Winfrey. Born into conditions designed to break her. Poverty, trauma, rejection. But she made a private decision. I will not repeat the life I was born into. I will create something new. That decision did not change her life instantly, but it changed her direction instantly. And when direction changes, destiny changes. Or take Duan Chang, an immigrant working 3 jobs, janitor, gas station cashier, and coffee shop worker. But he made one clear decision. One day, I will own my own store. Forever 21 was built, not from favorable beginnings, but from a man refusing to remain undecided. Howard Schultz decided he would bring a European coffee experience to America. People laughed, banks refused him. He had no investors, only conviction. But a man with conviction outruns 100 men with opinions. Decision produces endurance. Endurance produces results. Results produce belief. Belief produces destiny. Now hear me well. Your life will not change because you wish it to. It will not change because you read a book, listen to a lecture, or collect information. Your life changes only the moment you decide who you are and what you will no longer settle for. A man becomes powerful the moment he declares, "This is what I will build, and nothing will turn me away." Not fear, not opinion, not fatigue, not failure. For failure does not defeat the man who has decided. It simply redirects him. So I ask you, not as a philosopher, but as a teacher of law. What have you delayed? What truth have you avoided? What dream have you protected instead of pursued? What version of yourself have you postponed for years because you have not yet decided to become him? Enough. Enough hesitation, enough waiting, enough delay. The door of your future will not open until you decide to turn the handle. Say these words with fire. I decide my destiny. I decide my direction. I decide my identity. I decide my life. Because the world bends, not to the talented dash, but to the decisive. The universe responds, not to the hopeful, but to the committed. And the man who decides becomes the man who rises. This law is final. This law is eternal. Decision is the turning point of every great man. And today, my friend, if you choose dash, is the day you become one of them.